Words cannot express what that felt like. Emotional roller coaster, highs and lows, momentum, lack of momentum. But in the end, it was one of the most gritty performances I've seen from Jordy. These two, you look around, everybody is. I had Sid with her thumb wrapped up. I had Jada with a problem with her ankle. Like everything was starting to fall apart a little bit. But then, I don't know, these guys just have this unbelievable ability to create things quickly. And it just led up to Hanson, who I'm like, man, I don't even know if she can get the bat off her shoulder because she is exhausted and drained. And both of these guys put a charge in it to change the dynamic of this game. So this is one of the biggest memories I'll walk away with without question. And we left Marita Hines in good spirits here.
Patty, you had to build the seventh, though. You had to get base hits. You had to be the base runners. Talk about that whole inning.
It was just the understanding, and we know this, that we're never out of a game, no matter what. We could be down by 5, 4, whatever. We're not out of a game, and we believe that. We've done it a few times on this stage with so much at stake. And the stakes are higher. Can we do this? Yes, we can. I mean, they don't doubt it, and it's just something, I don't even know how to explain it, except you can feel it around you. And no one is caring about results. We talked about just outcomes. We're just caring about creating momentum because we lost it. We knew that. We lost it. Fans helped, and away we go.
Cassie, I'm sure down 0-2, down 3 runs at the end of the game, not where you want to be, but how has your trust with this group developed to where when you get to those points, you know that they've still got this thing?
I would never bet against this team because they have a willpower and you could look at Jada and Boone and all of these guys that are just in with every pitch, and the momentum is on every pitch, not just the at-bat. Every ball, they celebrate. Every foul ball, they celebrate. And it's like a party in the dugout, and it's just a party you want to be at. So I don't know how to just describe it, except it's the most, it's like this wave that's building, and you can feel it's about ready to come down on you, and you just, I don't know, you just your heart gets swirled up in it. And as a coach, as a player, as a fan, and I'm glad I'm on this side. That's all I gotta say.
Mindset, what'd you see,
Well, the inning before, I knew that I was sitting in the dugout watching everyone's at-bats, knowing that I might have gotten the shot. I knew I was going to get up, and I knew I was either going to be the last out of the game or I was going to keep it going for us. And I sat in the dugout, and I was praying. Truthfully, I prayed before I got in the on-deck circle. And this team, I really have no words. I was down 0-2, and Alyssa Brito was in my ear telling me she has to beat you 3 times. So I knew that I was going to get another one. The Sooners aren't over until the last strike. We're not done until the last out is made and it is sealed. We were in the huddle just telling us never a doubt, and it's never over. It's not done. And that was really the approach that I had, because I know that younger Kinsey might have gone in a little hot-headed and been swinging at everything out of her shoes trying to end the game, but I really just tried to keep my composure, knowing that, you know, this is the last game potentially on Marita Hines, and Tiari came up big to end the game for us. So it's never just one person. You know, Boone and everybody had to be on base for me. So it could have easily been a different outcome. And it's not just about that one swing that I took. It's about the swings that were taken before me to be on base as well. So kudos to my other teammates that did their part as well.
What was the pitch?
What was the pitch? For you rounding the base? What was it like for you rounding the bases there? Might be the biggest trick.
I've never sprinted around the bases that fast in my life. Not even when I hit the inside to Parker against Washington. I think I ran faster today. But it's just, I heard my teammates yelling right when I hit it, and I just wanted to get home. And I think it was like a mosh pit. When everybody was shoving each other, my tongue was bleeding. I'm pretty sure I got punched in the face. Like, it was just chaotic. And right then and there, I knew that, you know, this team is not done in 2023 until we decide that we're done.
They said they thought it was a good pitch.
It was.
What was it?
She is a great pitcher. I will never discredit. She deserves all the credit. She's
throwing
legit.
71,
She was throwing 71, and then she was coming at me with this little
51
off-speed thing, and I just honestly I took it for a strike when I was down 0-2, and I knew I feel like being a catcher sometimes gives me an advantage. So as a pitch caller, in my head I was like, I'm getting it again. Might as well swing at it. So it worked out.
Yeah. So, take me through your home run when you hit that in the top of the night. Just, what were you thinking on deck circle and in the batter's box, and what you think when you hit it that far?
Yeah, just leading off the inning, I just want to get on base somehow. Whether it was a walk, hit by pitch, anything I can to get on base. Saw a good pitch to hit the ball hard, and good things happened. But that moment was just so awesome, running home to my girls. But just overall, just what a game, and yeah, no words.
Yeah. What happened? What happened afterwards? As you were running down the bases and you got to home plate, got to see your teammates. What was that all?
Yeah, just coming home, they're all smiling again, like a little mosh pit. Like you're just kind of just getting shoved in the middle, but you can just see the happiness, the sweat, and that comes into that grading performance. But we were working our butts off during that whole game, so just to come home to that and be like, we're finishing this right here, right now. Let's get some more, and let's get 3 outs, and let's do this.
Patty, you mentioned Jody earlier, but she comes in, desperately needs some stops, get some momentum. Just what did you see from
She was at another level, a whole other level, and we all knew it. And that was a good feeling. She knew we needed her, and she wanted the ball. It was 2 minutes on the clock before when they're counting it down. We usually go out about a minute. 2 minutes, she's standing on the mound. I'm like, bring her back. No, let her stay. Just let her do whatever she needs to do. She was locked in. I felt really confident when she came out.
Along those lines, also Kirsten comes in, as a freshman, postseason big game. What did you think of her?
Well, the beauty of this is that we had a little bit of a buffer for like if we had to go to tomorrow. So it was giving KD an opportunity to get in and just kind of stop the bleeding a bit, and she did a nice job of that. And just trying to keep us within striking distance, which she did. That's all we needed, and the rest is history.
Patty, the decisions you had to make with the girls in the circle, kind of get into that a little bit, because Alex, you go to Alex fairly early. And what are you thinking of?
Yeah, I think they were starting to get on Nicole May a little bit, and we needed, anytime I went in to pull a pitcher, it was just a momentum change, trying to give momentum. And that was with May, and that was with Storako, and that was with KD. I thought Nicole May threw really well and gave up that. They were starting to get on her a bit. Thought Alex would be a good difference maker. We were losing momentum, giving things up for free, and then KD came in and just gave up another one, but then settled in. The experience is nothing. I could give her anything better than the experience that she just had. That will create her entire career from. So it was like throw everything at it, and if we get in within distance, let's bring in Jordy. Go ahead.
You told us Wednesday you didn't know what your emotions were going to be like this week. Are you soaking in this moment, or are you still in the moment?
I'm in the moment. It might not look like it, because this is how I live in the moment. And when you all leave, I will probably lay out in the middle of the outfield and cry my eyes out.
But is there anything that you like when you guys got down by the deficit, or you're going into the ninth inning? Was there anything that you told your team before then, or a message, or what did you see from your team?
It's not anything I don't normally say. It's just pressing them. It's pushing them to not quit. Just continue to create momentum. Just somebody get on. Watch what'll happen. It's just trying to give them belief, and they have it. So I imagine I don't have to say anything, and the results will still work its way out, but I'm just there to kind of encourage.
Patty, this might be a tough question answer. You just mentioned belief. Your teams have always had this unwavering belief the last few years. How do you instill that in your team? Can you put your finger on, because it's not just this season, but you've been doing this for a while. How have you done that?
It's work. It's hard work, and it's, you know, we have sat in a room together, and we have had conversations that were hard conversations for me to hear and for them to hear. So we played it like adults, right? We just said what we had to say, and I listened and they listened. So we had some of that. They believe in our training, and they live by that training because it is constantly competitive. And another way of belief is just their spirit, their love for the Lord, and the blessings He's given them and me and this program. We don't take for granted. We just give it back. We give it back, and we try to give it back to the team we're playing at the end of the game, and sharing our hearts with them. And that might be like, you know, people have their own ideas about it, but that's what they're here for. A lot of them believe that, and you see it, and they're changing people, and they're changing the game, and they're with their boldness. And that is what I think I'm most proud of.
I would like to kind of hop on that question and just say it's really easy to believe in ourselves and each other when your coaching staff never has a doubt that you will get it done, because easily our coaches, we got into some trouble. They could have easily given up on us, and down to the very last pitch, they believe in us. And when we feel that, there is never a doubt in our mind that we can do it. And I just think that, you know, that needs to go noticed in every single way, because they believe in us. They instill that we can do it all if we put our minds to it.
Kids that your coach mentioned being exhausted. Can you kind of talk about how you're feeling after catching some innings?
You know, I feel like it just comes with the job. You know, I signed up for it. I signed up to be a catcher, and, you know, there's not really any, I can't really complain about it because I signed up for it. I felt a lot worse last year when I was going through my injuries, so I'm really grateful to be feeling the way that I am now. I'm very grateful to be healthy. I'm very grateful to be able to catch 9 innings with my girls, because, you know, this is what we work so hard for. This is postseason. This is what I work so hard to be. This is all of us, not just me. Everyone's exhausted. This is what we all work so hard for. So it doesn't matter how you're feeling. You're going to push through regardless.
Kinsey, can you talk about working with Jordy to get through because they have good power in their lineup.
Yeah.
They're the home team.
Right.
You're not scoring, that one run can dip it. You talk about Jordy working with her, getting her through those innings, and what it was like catching her things.
Jordy's mentality really, she doesn't need my help very often to go out to the mound to kind of get her mentality straight. I know that she enjoys the challenge of that. So whatever I can do to just keep her in that headspace, that's my job. And I know that the whole infield is feeling that way as well. You know, there was never a doubt in any of our minds that she was going to get the job done. So when we can gel and we're doing it as a whole together, that's when we succeed.
Patrick, I don't want to be disrespecting you, but this is a monumental moment that I don't want to have anybody leave without getting what they need. So if you have more, we'll be here. Are you okay with that? Mm-hmm. If you're good, we're done.
Patty, you got 48 straight. Did you say the toughest?
I was
survivor?
waiting for you.
There it is.
You know
Save
what?
the toughest for last.
I'm telling you, as much as you all think that we think about it, we know about it, but it wasn't ever brought up. It wasn't in my mind like, oh gosh, we're going to end up with a tie with Arizona. Not at all. It's an honor. It's a privilege. Somebody eventually will break it, I would assume, but to do it with these players, there's no other team I think that I've ever had that could do what they've done this far. So I'm not saying that, don't turn that into, then I have a bunch of phone calls telling our other players telling me I told them they were the best team to ever play here. So this team right now is the best team that I've ever seen.
Tiara, you guys really never, with all the people out there, you guys are walking around campus, nobody's talking about this win streak, you guys never had to talk it over with people?
No, honestly, I had no idea until the last press conference.
Seriously?
Seriously. I had no idea that was happening.
Kinsey, you too?
I saw it on Twitter last night and I was like, oh, really? Cool.
No.
We don't talk about it.
We just do our thing.
They don't read papers and things. They just.
Well, I just can't believe that nobody walks up to them around campus or at a restaurant or.
I don't know.
What does it mean to you to be a part of this, though? I mean, 48 straight, it's incredible.
Oh yeah, definitely not taking anything like that. What we did was, that's hard to do, and I'm definitely proud of this team for doing it. But like Coach said, records are meant to be broken, and we're just gonna go after it and keep doing our thing. And if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. If not, so be it. We're gonna get better and learn from it. But definitely a huge honor with our girls. But again, yeah, definitely hard to do.
Hey, Patty, I was actually standing next to Joe C. when the gal hit the home run to put you behind 5-4. And, of course, everybody got alarmed, but he said, well, championships are supposed to be hard. In some ways, does a game like this, to whatever degree you need help with whatever, does a game like this help you to go through something like this?
Absolutely, absolutely. We saw that we could do something that is very uncommon, and we did that. We saw that, we conquered that. And I mean, you could say, wow, if we lost, we could come back the next day, we learned a lesson. But going through the trenches so hard is a whole nother level of love and respect for each other, and the fact that we can achieve anything. Because, I mean, we were down to a few outs. You could feel that. So, yes, absolutely. I think this being down was something that can really help us this next week.
Kinsey, 2,100 fans, the largest crowd ever, maybe perhaps the last game at this field ever. What is this day, what is this moment like for you?
Just the growth of the game that we've seen in the past few years is just monumental for us, and Coach Gasso has really set the bar really high for not only us, just for programs around the country, and I can't wait to see where this game continues to grow, because not just us as a team, but programs around the country, we're all working our butts off in order to keep growing this game and giving opportunities to young women that want to be like us and want to, get these opportunities. And I can't wait to see what the future holds for the sport and for the young women that choose to play.
And Kinsey, you talked about Jordy here, what Patty had to say about Jordy. Did you get that same sense that Patty talked about how locked in she was, and what was your perspective on that?
There's certain games when I go out there with Jordy where I know that I don't really have to say anything. And she, like Coach said, there was 2 minutes on the clock and she was ready to go right when I got my gear on. I was like, all right, cool, we're rolling. I'm just going to let her do her thing. So just being able to feel out her, because they need to set the pace for themselves. So being able to feel that out is honestly tremendous in order for her to feel comfortable in her headspace. And I knew when her walkout started playing that rock and roll song and she looks at me and she swings her arm, it's just the look that she gets, and I'm just like, all right, let's rock and roll. It's just a vibe that you get, the battery, and I'm sure everybody else can feel it. 2,100 people were feeling it too, so.
Talking about Inner Sandman there.
Yeah, oh yeah. When that plays and she stares at me through her mask, and I was like, yeah, that's it right here. That's the look.
Patty, where does this birthday rank for you in terms of memorable?
Oh gosh, I always pray that my birthday is not on a weekend because I know where I'm going to be, hopefully. So, special crowd. The crowd was wonderful. I'm not a person that I want to try to hide from it. It's hard for me to accept stuff like that. But they were fantastic, and the team got me a wonderful gift card.
From where?
Okay, I love IHOP. I like French toast and coffee at IHOP, and I go with my husband every once in a while. So they got me an IHOP, and I was pretty excited about it, to be honest. So it's just my family, this great team, Marita, our administrators, the president, AD, like everyone here to witness this is something I'll never forget. It hasn't even sunk in. I told you it'll take a little time for me to really understand it. But you could not have scripted this. It's divine intervention in my mind. That's how it works. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.